Hi, everybody. I'm Nick Thayer, and this is the Tactical Games Podcast. I'm here with our special guest, Amanda Cherry. You guys say something? So it's not awkward.
Morning.
There we go. It's what day is it? Tuesday.
It's Tuesday.
We're about to jump on a flight, so before we leave, we wanted to come and talk through some things that were happening, talk through the 2025 schedule, talk through our fundraiser that we did this past weekend, and I don't know. You want to tell everybody what we're doing, where we're going?
Yeah. First, I want to recap the event we did with Tulsi this past weekend. Tulsi and her husband Abe were in the facility last week. I think it was Tuesday morning. We were all training, and we were in the middle of squatting. And during our rest period, Tulsi walks up to me and she was like, "Hey, what do you think about putting on an event this weekend so we can, raise some funds for North Carolina, South Carolina, all the folks that were affected by Hurricane Helene?" And I'm like, hell yeah.
And Tennessee, yeah.
Done.
Yeah.
It's done. So we got the event live Tuesday evening. We hosted 3 workouts Saturday morning here at HQ. And that donation link went live Tuesday afternoon as well. And as of this morning, Tulsi updated us. Through the TTG link, we have raised over $250,000 for her We Must Protect nonprofit. So blown away.
Yeah, total. I think she said she's over 400,000, and the link that she's been sharing, that we've been sharing, that's we're over 250, and there's over 2,000 individuals that have donated to it. So that's pretty awesome.
Yeah. We're pretty speechless about that. So. Thank you guys for all of your contributions and praying for those that are in the path of the hurricane heading towards Florida right now. So you guys are all in our thoughts.
Yeah, it's, I think a lot of people don't understand and I saw a comment about it, why the workouts happen. And, that's something that dates back to when, we were doing CrossFit and involved in that. It was something that I always loved, was community rallying together around health and wellness and a physical activity, putting yourself through more momentary discomfort in order to come together and rally around something for a cause that's, right now there's a lot of people. Last time I saw, I think there was still at least 1,000 people missing, and most expected dead at this point. And, that'll probably bring the death toll up to about 2,000. And there's still hundreds of thousands of people without power, and it's a pretty nasty situation. So anything that we can do to help, we have friends that are in some unique positions that are out there helping. Yeah. Josh Hicks is one of them. Josh Hicks, if you don't follow him on Instagram, I highly recommend jumping on and seeing what he's doing. But he's out there like every single day, search and rescue. He's an EMT and a paramedic, so he's helping out there tremendously. We have another guy that we know from Florida named John Howard, who's out there flying helicopters around, trying to do medevacs. He was a PJ, or he was a combat controller, and now he's he's in the Guard still, but he's out there trying to help people as well. So it's cool that there are people that we know, people from our community, people that are out there doing everything that they can, and I'm sure there's tons more that are out there helping out, and that we just don't know. They're not sharing about it, but it's a tragic thing. It's something we definitely want to do everything that we can to help support the people that are in need out there. So.
Absolutely. And we do still have that donation link live on our Instagram. I think Ro put it up in the story highlights. So if you are interested in contributing and you haven't yet, that link is still available. So check it out.
All right. You want to talk about what I had mentioned before?
Yeah, let's shift gears. Hot topic, the 2025 schedule. We released it on Friday.
Last Friday. Yep.
Yeah. And we see the comments. And we have some exciting news to share, but we'll get there in a second. Tell me.
I was going to, so the title for the Instagram post that I was going to do later on, or we were going to do, is "We Missed a Spot." I thought that was a couple spots.
And the people let us know. Right. We see you. We hear you.
I do. Somebody said, they took away the event in the Southeast and they replaced it with Poland. I thought that was the shittiest comment that I've seen.
I also saw a few Poland question marks. Maybe we need to let people know where Poland is.
It's a country. It's in Europe.
Oh, Southeast. Yeah. Super
It's super east. Yeah, let's go through the whole schedule.
Yeah,
and
we'll talk
through
more
it.
about Poland when we get there,
Okay.
but yeah, we'll clear up the Poland situation. Let's kick it off with where we're heading in January. So January 20th, we're heading to Prairie Fire, which is in Pahrump, Nevada. Left a mark for us a couple years ago, but we're heading back in 2025. Why don't you tell folks why we're heading to Prairie Fire in January to kick off SHOT Show?
First off, stop screaming at me.
Oh.
We're right here.
Well,
We can all hear.
Ro had me put this microphone like an inch away from my face.
So you don't have to scream to talk into it.
Oh, okay.
We'll discuss this at a normal volume.
Got
it. Prairie Fire Range Day. I'm pretty excited about this. So this will kick off SHOT Show. This will be our third year as an organization going out to SHOT Show. We're definitely all excited about that.
A week in Vegas.
A week.
Yeah.
I think people think that there's some glamour behind that. I mean, you and I don't really drink. Ro doesn't drink. But Nick and Gil like to party a little bit, but our team for the most part isn't hanging out around Circle Bar. We're not. When we go to SHOT Show, it's like 12, 14-hour days on the floor, and then we're going back and passing out. Maybe we're after dinner, and then waking up the next morning, and we're definitely not one of the hungover ones on the floor trying to.
No, we have a hard 9 o'clock bedtime. Yeah.
So Prairie Fire will be Monday. It'll be out in Pahrump at the range. We're going to have some stages to run. Hopefully we're going to have some of our tactical games athletes, specifically some of our Under Armour athletes out there. And we'll have a little bit of a pro-am shoot-off and an opportunity to win some cool prizes and things like that. So we're excited to get out there. If you guys are in the area, if you're coming out for SHOT Show and you want to do a range day, it's going to be a little bit different than the typical SHOT Show range day. Coming out to Prairie Fire is going to be a good time. And I think you'll definitely have a lot of fun.
Cool. Up next, we are returning to Sierra Vista, Arizona. This was one of my favorite events last year to kick off the season. We'll be there February 22nd and 23rd.
Yep. We absolutely love Sierra Vista. The town of Bisbee was really cool. Sierra Vista itself, we stayed at a really cool place. The whole team was able to get to. I'm excited to do more in Bisbee. We had that run that we did for the elite division last year.
That was really cool.
So I with that range, we've got more access to more of that range. So expecting a bigger event and the 7-stage format that we've been doing. So we'll be able to throughput some more competitors and give people the opportunity to go out there and check out a pretty cool spot in America.
And the weather there in February was pretty great.
It was killer. Yeah. It was beautiful. It was like t-shirt weather, hoodie weather in the morning, and as soon as the sun came up, it was awesome. So definitely a good way to start the year. That is a thing that maybe people understand, maybe they don't understand. When we're creating these schedules, what we're looking for is climate is a big thing, like time of year. A lot of people don't understand that maybe southern Texas in June, July, August, maybe even September probably isn't the best time of year to be there to put on an event. So one of the things that we're considering is where we're at geographically as far as typical temperatures, sunrise and sunset times, with the amount of competitors that we can put through. It's not just like throwing darts at a board and making a decision. It's based on demand, where people want us to be, and a lot of different factors. It's not something we arbitrarily just decide we're going to do or not going to do. So this one worked out very well last year, so I'm excited to get back there again next year.
Same. And Warfuel's out there.
Yeah, Warfuel's out there.
They have those good little protein bowls.
And the burritos. The breakfast burritos are always bomb.
Yeah. And there's no bugs, which, Ro and bugs don't mix.
Hey, next time you come set up an event, you let me know about how the
Got it.
bugs affect you.
Got it. All right. Up next, we are heading back to the Florida Panhandle. We're going back to Element Training Center in Holt, Florida. We'll be out there March 22nd and 23rd. Another favorite event last year.
Yeah. Element. Dion at the range was awesome.
The staff was incredible.
They have a great long-range facility there. They've got like a 600-yard bay and a 1,000-yard bay that we didn't use. Depending on where things land with marathon, I think we could probably expect to see marathon out there for next year. They've got definitely got the space for us to do it. And added bays, same thing. One of the considerations for this range was they have the addition or the ability for us to take on more bays.
Huge range.
So you can expect that we'll have the 7-range format out at this facility as well.
Are we heading back to the beach? Are we going to do another beach run, you think?
Man, I really like torturing people on the beach. That was pretty cool. We've kind of gotten away from that in the second half of the year with the elite-only stages just because of how the format changed. But I don't know. Maybe we'll talk about some mass launches for next year and doing runs at offsite locations where we can push that a little bit more.
I also know a lot of people were disappointed about the cancellation of the swim at Nationals this year. So maybe we do,
a giant open water swim. Yeah, that sounds super safe.
Yeah. Give people the opportunity.
There's like great whites that attack people down there.
Moving forward,
stay out of the ocean.
We're heading back to Vegas.
Yeah.
So we have a regional event at Prairie Fire in Pahrump, Nevada, April 26th and 27th. The range is incredible.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, when we held our last regional event there was this tragic rainstorm that wiped out a lot of the range that we wanted to use.
Yeah. Our run course was completely obliterated. The tunnel stage was completely devastated, and there was a lot of things that we didn't get to do that we wanted to do. So this year we're going to fully utilize that range, unless there's another act of God that makes it impossible for us to do it with 200 cars.
They told us it never rains there.
I can assure you it does.
Ditto. The past 2 trips we've taken there, it has
rained. So we're excited to partner up with Prairie Fire. And again, that facility is massive. I think they have 52 bays total, something like that. So we'll fully utilize that facility, and they're excited to show it off. We're going to have a skirmish that's going to start going out there pretty soon as well. Yeah. So skirmish is a good way to build local support and to get more people out there shooting, and then get them prepped for the event that we have coming up. So very excited to get all those things launched.
Yeah. Next event, I think a lot of folks are going to be excited to see this edition of the schedule. So we just confirmed Sawmill in Lawrence, South Carolina. We'll be out there May 10th and the 11th. We saw your feedback. This was an event that we wanted to get on the schedule. It just seemed like the dates weren't aligning with our calendar for next year. But Nick figured it out, and we'll be back at Sawmill in the spring.
Yeah, so we had to make a couple changes to things down the line and other things that we had planned. We were, as an organization, hoping to put an event on over in Hawaii next year. That I don't know necessarily, adding this event will probably adjust that and mean that we're not going to be able to put that event on in Hawaii, along with some of the other changes that we
I think we should still go to Hawaii at some point.
Yeah, we'll see.
Up next, we are back in Texas. We're going to the YO Ranch in Mountain Home, Texas. We'll be out there May 24th and 25th, and this will be our team event. Another favorite of last year. You've got lodging on site, food on site. You've got giraffes on site. What was the other big gerbil thing out there?
Capybara.
Yeah, that thing.
Capybara? Capybara? I never say it right. I don't know.
Beautiful location.
Yeah. YO was far and away my favorite event last year.
Yeah.
I love the team format. I got to compete with Matt Chan, which was awesome. He was a great dude. The venue has a lot more that we didn't get the opportunity to get everybody to do last year. So next year we'll definitely make that a priority of getting people spread out a little bit and get them some exposure to some of 2DOT and some of the other excellent things that are happening out there. That place, if there's one match that you go to next year, make it YO. It's a team event, which the team events are always cool. That venue specifically offers so many different, unique things that you can't replicate anywhere else. The history of the ranch, the beauty of the ranch, far and away. And if you have the opportunity to bring your family, it's completely family friendly.
Oh yeah.
There's stuff for them to do all day while you're out shooting. They can be at the pool or on safari tours, or they're gonna have horseback riding there by the time we get out there again. There's so many different cool things for them to do. So don't shy away from bringing your family to that one for sure.
Yeah, and I think they added those glamping tents there, so there's even more lodging options out there at varied price points. I think lodging starts at $60 and you get up to like $1,000 depending on what you're looking for.
Yeah, so from what I understand, and the prices might have been updated this year, we're at like $65 for, you're in front of the camera, we're at like $65 for you're at like $65 for the shared Adventure Town camps. And then they had the teepees that they had just built. They have some Airbnb options on site. There's access to another ranch, which is adjacent to YO. So I think it was M. So there's a ton of different lodging. So we're definitely we can facilitate a lot more people than I think last year we only had like 200 competitors. I do think that lodging can, especially in the immediate area, can satisfy at least 300. So looking to expand that event next year too.
Cool. We are heading back to Rupert, Idaho in June.
Yep.
One of the most welcoming cities I think we've ever been to. They showed up big for us. So we're excited to get back out there. Josh Sykes, I know the restaurants weren't great for you, so hopefully they, clean up their service and their offerings for you if you decide to come back out to Idaho.
I think we'll see Sykes back out at Idaho. I think he said that was his favorite event, and he needed to find something to complain about, and that's what it was. Mm-hmm. I do know the range is doing some work to add an additional bay and a long range. I say long range. I think it's going to be about a 400 or 500 yard range there. So excited to get a little bit more opportunity to stretch the shots out, which will be good. Again, awesome community. Idaho has a ton of support for shooting sports, which is awesome as like a state. They encourage it. The local 4-H was awesome there. Terry was awesome. We're very cool, or we were very lucky and fortunate to be able to have them ask us to come out. Yeah. So I'm excited to get back out there next year.
And surprisingly, their food trucks out there were probably the best food trucks we had all year.
What was your favorite?
The Hawaii one was good, but those tacos were really good too.
Neither one of you guys had the corn dogs, did you?
Yeah, I'm not eating a corn dog. I don't know.
It was good until like halfway, and you're like,
Oh, it was okay. A jalapeno brat covered in what was what are they called? What kind of cornbread? Whatever.
Well, it doesn't do it
Some
for
people
me.
just don't have class.
Anywho. Heading back to Big Spring Shooting Complex in Iowa. The folks at Brownells, phenomenal. Their staff always comes out and supports. So we'll be back out in Iowa July 12th and 13th.
And for this match specifically, we're going to do the same thing that we did in 2024. We are going to expand the team division into having a tactical division as well. They are intending on building another bay at this venue. Last time I spoke, that was in the plan for this year. Adding another bay will mean that we can host a 7-stage format, so we'll be able to actually have much more throughput with competitors. But still, the intention is to have both a regular team division and a tactical team division, which will be a little bit heavier, a little bit more intense. So we'll have that available for you guys out there this year again.
And then hopefully we get to do this really exciting road trip that comes next, like we did this year. So from Iowa, we head over to New Hampshire.
Yeah, and like, this is another one of those things when people are, why is the schedule built the way it is? A lot of it comes down to how we transport equipment, how we move equipment across the country, targeting specific geographical areas and making sure that everybody feels supported, but also that we're not oversaturating a specific market. So with us going from Iowa to SIG Academy, we are going to definitely drive from Iowa to SIG. Maybe we'll make another road trip out of it and stop on the way. We had some fun doing that this year. Last year it was from Idaho to.
That was this year.
Yeah, I'm sorry. This year it was from Idaho to New Hampshire. Yeah. Anyway,
Yeah.
So SIG Academy, if you guys haven't seen, is beautiful. It's a really, really cool facility. They've got an obstacle course. They've got some really awesome long range opportunity. They've got a ton of great bays. It's laid out in a very cool manner. You get the opportunity to go into the SIG Museum, to see some of their facility. Their storefront there was insane. So it's a really good opportunity to see a really cool place. And it's in the Northeast. This is our only match in the Northeast next year. We tried to pick a time of year when it was going to be not oppressively hot, like what we experienced in New Hampshire this past year, and with the rains and everything that we had.
New Hampshire was great. I think you're talking about Maxton, North Carolina.
I would love for the person who was saying that an event is great to come out and spend the week with us while we're setting up and what we have to deal with during that time.
You're right. I just sit back here and twiddle my thumbs, but it's fine. Moving along. We're heading back to one of the dustiest ranges we've ever been to, but phenomenal event.
Yeah.
The Farm in Utah. August 23rd and 24th.
Yeah.
So if you want to join in on a sandstorm dance party, perfect opportunity.
That is our second team event of the year, and the West Coast has been asking for a team event for a long time. So we're excited to finally bring that to you. The team events, again, great opportunity to come out and have fun. That range is huge. We are going to have sole access to the range for this event, which we had to share it with a couple people this year, but not the case for next year. We're going to have that all to ourselves. And they're looking to make some improvements out there, and they were excited to have us out there. They're another venue that's looking to get a skirmish started next year. So if there's anybody in that area that's looking to jump on, that's like the Salt Lake area. I think Eagle Lake is what they call that area over there. If anybody's interested in jumping on board and helping out with the skirmish out there, please reach out and let us know, and we'll talk you through how to get that going.
Yeah. Another new addition to the schedule that was not included on Friday. I think a lot of folks are going to be excited about this one. Our Midwest folks, we're going to Ohio.
Going to Ohio.
September 13th and 14th.
Yeah. So we have been to Southington Hunt Club before. If I remember correctly, it's about an hour outside, an hour east of Cleveland, maybe an hour and a half east of Cleveland. Very accessible from PA, from obviously anywhere in Ohio, from Michigan, from anywhere in the Midwest. So we're excited to get back out there. The range has a great long range facility. I think it stretches out to like 700 yards. A lot of opportunity to shoot in that 100 to 200 yard for the flat bays. So that'll be a good event for sure. We've definitely, last time we were out at this venue, we had another rainstorm, which actually shut down like the last, I think, 3 hours of competition.
Great photos, though.
Yeah, that was some of my favorite.
It made for fantastic photos. Good job, bro.
And that was one of the coolest events. Everybody was out there cleaning up. Like, everybody just jumped on board and helped out with the cleanup, and I think it was awesome. That was one of my favorite Tactical Games moments for sure. So excited to get back to Ohio. Excited to get back to the Midwest, where we're both from.
Yeah.
And bring the sport back to Southington.
All right, hot topic. Poland, ? We're going to Poland, September 27th and 28th.
So this is something that's very funny to me. As a sport, like, obviously our goal is to grow. We want to grow interest in health and wellness in the United States. We want to grow interest in supporting the Second Amendment in the United States, responsible gun ownership. There's a lot of different things. We have had international competitors reach out to us since I've been involved with the company, and I'm sure long before that. There is a strong desire for shooting sports in other countries. Poland is called the Texas of Europe. We had some competitors, there was 5 or 6 of them from Poland, that reached out to us about competing this year for the first time. They came to YO, and when they showed up, they were all about it.
Oh, yeah.
And they had a freaking blast. They were the coolest dudes. We had a great time hanging out with them, and they had a great time participating. So the decision was made then that we were going to start talking through how to put an event on in Poland. It turned out that they own a range, that they actively hold shooting matches at their range, that they're very gun-friendly, that it's not difficult for Americans to go to Poland for shooting competitions and to bring their firearms. They have ready access to 9mm and 223 or 5.56, whatever they're shooting. And they have a strong interest. So we've been reached out to by just about every special forces organization that I can think of that's well known in Europe, with the interest in sending people over to the States to compete. Now lowering that barrier to entry and creating a competition that will be an international stage for competitors from all over the world to be able to come together and compete in our sport is something that I think is very cool and very interesting to me. And if people don't understand it, I don't really give a shit. Like, the idea here is to create a large competition that we can continue to grow and continue to support all over the world. So
yeah.
If the Tactical Games name spreads all over the world, that's going to be a good thing for everybody involved.
We've been receiving a lot of emails about what it looks like for our competitors to travel and compete. So can you speak to what that looks like, what that process is for them?
Yeah, obviously, again, we didn't just arbitrarily throw this match on the calendar. One of the big considerations was traveling abroad with firearms. So I've got the step-by-step process and the link on the registration page on Practice Score. So once that goes
Perfect.
live, you'll be able to go in and do the research before you even jump on board. But basically, and I'm going off memory, and I have not done this personally, but this came from the website, the official website of Poland, like how we have our .gov websites. They have their .gov Polish government. I don't know. .pierogi. So so basically you go in, you fill out a form, which will have some information from the host site, basically saying you've been invited as a competitor to go and compete. You'll pay a $67 fee, basically for a license to be able to bring your firearms into the country, and it's got a 14-day turnaround. I would recommend not waiting until the last minute. I'd definitely recommend getting that process started as soon as you sign up for the match.
Yeah.
And we'll have those, basically you'll sign up for the match, you'll receive an email from us, and then we'll send an email over to the host in Poland. They'll email us back with that letterhead that you'll need to bring to the Polish embassy, not actually bring, but to fill out the application. And once that application's filled out, you have 14 days. It is actually what seems to be relatively easy. We've had a couple competitors that have gone international for SWAT competitions and things like that. And I think the biggest issue that they've experienced is not with the firearms themselves, but instead with ammunition. So we have been assured by our friends in Poland that they'll have tons of ammunition available for us. So if there's one thing, I know competitors can be very stringent about what they're choosing for ammo, and I totally understand that. I shoot the same thing every time I shoot. This is an opportunity to go over there and compete and to test yourself against some people that you would never get to test yourselves against here in the States. So, one of those things might be buying ammo when you're over there, and then spending the time on the zero bay to make sure it's working as you intended. So I think if you can get past those couple obstacles, it's going to be a good match. But the intention here wasn't to bring American competitors over to Europe necessarily. Instead, it was to host a competition that was accessible to people all over the world.
Yeah.
Coming into America from different countries can be troublesome for bringing firearms in. So in this case, we wanted to make sure that we could put something on that people in Europe, people in different countries would have access to.
Yeah. I'm still going to push for the floater to be a pierogi eating contest. As many as you can eat in 90 seconds.
AMRAP?
Yeah.
And
pierogi.
pack.
Moving forward. We're heading back to the YO Ranch. We'll be there October 11th and 12th, your birthday.
And what's that date going to be now, too?
I don't know.
You don't know what the 11th's going to be?
To be determined. We shall find out. We've got a sniper challenge.
We do have a sniper challenge.
Huge hit this year.
Yeah. Everybody, going back to YO again, this facility offers some incredibly unique long-range opportunities. And because of the nature of the facility, it being a hunting venue and 16,000 acres, I'm really, really excited to bring Sniper Challenge out there. We had a lot of people that really enjoyed that format, and we had a lot of people that were very pumped on it. So we're excited to get it back out there for sure.
Yeah, and that's an amazing venue to host that type
Sniper
of
Challenge
event.
is awesome. Yeah, there's a lot of run and guns and things that are happening out there currently. I do find our format to be different. For Sniper Challenge specifically, you can ask anybody that competed this year. It was a really, really good time. So we're excited to go and put that team. The Sniper Challenge is a team event.
Mm-hmm.
Excited to put that on out at YO this year.
That'll be great. Last regional event of the 2025 season. We're heading back to Arizona.
Yep.
Phoenix at Ben Avery, October 18th and 19th.
Yeah, the cool thing about Ben Avery is how accessible it is. I mean, Phoenix is a major airport. Any airport that you're flying in or out of has a flight to Phoenix. You can almost guarantee that. If not direct, it's going to be a quick transfer to get there. The range is like 15 minutes outside of downtown. It is incredibly easy to get to. It's right off the highway. It's massive. It's supported by the state, so it's always well kept and well manicured and well supported. There's an incredible shooting community in Phoenix and in Arizona in general, but Phoenix specifically. We have Jen and Kurt, our skirmish holders. They are going to be getting into this Ben Avery as a host site for their skirmish next year. That's going to continue to build upon the momentum that we have in Arizona and have more competitors and building a deep competitor pool in a space is cool because now you've got people working together. Outside of that, you've got gyms in the area that are interested in it, and that's really what we're trying to do is not just have the event, but have skirmish supporting it and have gyms that are on board with the programming and people that are really, you know, pushing towards competition in the tactical games being their means for training and the reason why they're training. And as, an aside to that, they'll also get better at marksmanship, you know, get better at their firearms manipulation and understanding it, and, you know, be healthy and be chasing after a goal. All those are really good things in my opinion.
Yeah. And then last but not least, we have dates confirmed for Nationals 2025, just not location yet. I know we have a few ideas in mind.
Yeah, correct.
So November 14th through the 16th, we were a little late announcing those dates this year. And I know we have a lot of folks who need to request that time off of work far in advance. So excited to announce those dates now so people can plan around that.
Yep.
And then we'll get that location announced as soon as we nail it down.
Yeah, and with our national championship this year growing as much as it did, we're really looking forward to finding a venue, which, you know, it might be in the same place, it might be someplace different, that's going to support and endorse us putting on the biggest competition of the year, which is our championship. And I'm incredibly excited about 2024's championship, and the goal is to continue to outdo ourselves every year.
Yeah. Awesome.
What else you got?
That's our 2025 schedule. I do think we should share. Registration goes live this Friday, October 11th, for those on our email list. If you are not subscribed to our email list, you can head over to our website. It's thetacticalgames.com. You'll click on events, click on 2025 regional events. They are not displayed there quite yet. They will be by the end of this week, but you can enter your email address to subscribe to our email list there. And that way on Friday, you'll receive registration links for all of the 2025 events. You'll be the first to get access. And then registration opens to the public October 18th.
On the following Friday, yep, the 18th.
Right?
And then we'll keep our, every year when we launch our schedule, we offer a discount for the first, couple weeks. That's really just a thank you from us to you guys to, get interested, get involved early. It'll save you over $40. Which, we understand it's a significant amount of money. It's a couple of rounds of ammo. It's 2 months on the dry fire program if you're looking to get set up and start training beforehand. But yeah, we'll launch that, and it'll last for 2 weeks. That discount will last for 2 weeks. I think it pushes it to like November
1st is what I believe we landed on.
Yeah.
I had another thought and she escaped me. Happens all day. When you're 27, you're.
Where are you guys heading today?
We're going to Vegas.
Why?
Well, Mr. Nate invited us out to, we're going to a UFC event tonight.
Mm-hmm.
I'm super excited about that.
What about after that?
And then we're going over to Sedona. We're going to celebrate Nick's birthday. I think he's turning 28.
No, I am turning 38, which I'm happy and proud to.
Yeah. Great. It's going to be a good time.
Yeah, I think. Well, I'm excited. I think
we'll see what happens.
Yeah, we'll see what happens when we're out in Vegas. Yeah. What else? We're shooting a match out there, too. We're shooting that SWAT match. We're going to test the stages, I think, before.
Yeah, I think you're going to shoot the match. I might go find one of those really nice spas at one of those Vegas hotels. We'll see how I feel.
Rub some dirt on myself in the Las Vegas desert. Cool. You got anything else you want to share with anybody?
That's about it.
No? Anything? We're good. We'll get the schedule put out next couple days so that people can see it.
And this is the final schedule, right? We're not adding any additional events.
The only, if we figure something out with Hawaii, that would be the only thing that we...
Hawaii is the exception.
Yeah. And that would be on the Big Island if it happens. It's going to be on a
pencil it
military
in.
base, so we've got some hoops to jump through that we don't typically. So we're working with the command out there to see if we can get it sorted, and if we can get it sorted, we'll get it going for everybody out on the islands.
Awesome.
Cool.
Mahalo.
Mahola.
We'll see you at Nationals in almost a month.
Shit, yeah.
We're almost a month out.
38 days.
Wow. Look at you.
27 minutes, 15 hours.
Yeah. See y'all in Texas.
Bye.